Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Welcome to NIPS Home School. This is Kamrun, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School Day Shift. My dear students of class 6, today I am going to take your English second paper class. And now today's topic is future tense. So let's start the class today. Dear students, we all know that there are 4 forms of each tense: future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect continuous. And what is the structure of the future indefinite tense or simple future tense? Subject plus shall or will plus verb 1, that means the base form of the verb, then extension. Okay. So according to the structure, there is the example: I shall go to school. I is our subject, so we will use shall after the first person. If the subject is first person, we will use shall. Like after I or after we will use shall, and we will use will after the other subjects, like they will do the work, he will do the work, she will do the work. So when will you use future indefinite tense? We will use future indefinite tense when an action is expected to occur in the future and be completed. Okay, so when the action is expected to occur or happen in the future and be completed. So in this situation, we will use future indefinite tense. Now we will go to future continuous tense, and the structure is subject plus shall be or will be plus verb, that is a base form of the verb along with ing form and then extension. And the example: we shall be doing the work. Now look, subject is we, then we use shall be because we is first person, and then we add ing with the verb to, and then the extension, the rest of the sentence. Now he will be reading a book. Our subject is he, and then we add will be verb with ing, that means reading, then the extension a book. Now look, don't confuse with the future tense or future continuous tense. In future indefinite tense and future continuous tense. Future indefinite tense will be a complete task. That means the task will be completed in future. Like I will arrive. I will arrive. So dear students, you can write here: I will arrive at 2 o'clock. I will arrive at 2 o'clock. So now look, after your arrival, you cannot keep arriving, isn't it? So your action will be completed in future. But after your arrival, you can do something. You can continue your work. So on that time, it will be future continuous tense. And when you use, when will you use future continuous tense? Okay, so when we want to indicate that something will occur in the future and continue for an expected length of time. So we will be doing the work, that means you will be doing the work for a expected length of time, and he will be reading a book, that means there will be a expected length of time, that means there will be a expected time, and until the time you will do the work. Now we will go to future perfect tense, and the structure is subject plus shall or will, then have, then verb 3, that means the past participle form of the verb, then extension, or you can also say subject plus shall have or will have, then past participle form of the verb and extension. And when we use the future perfect tense, it is used for actions that will be completed before some other point in future. That means some other task or some other point of time in the future. Now look at this example, I shall have finished. Now look, subject is I, then we add shall have, and now the past participle form of the verb finished reading the book by 6 p.m. So now look, before 6 p.m. I shall have finished reading the book. So there is a point of time. She will have done it by this evening. So by this evening she will have done the work. So this is future perfect tense. That means the task will be completed before another task or another point of time. Now we will go to future perfect continuous tense. Subject plus shall have been or will have been, or shall or will plus have been plus verb 1, that means main form of the verb with ing form and then extension. Now we will know when will you use future perfect continuous tense. Means this tense refers to events or actions that are currently unfinished but will be finished at some future time, and it is most often used with time expression. Now look, Mr. Rahman will have been travelling to England by this time next week. That means this action is unfinished now but will be finished at some future time, that means next week. Now look, Mr. Rahman is our subject, and that is why we use will have been, because Mr. Rahman was a third person, and then verb along with ing travelling, and now the rest of the sentence to England by this time next week. Now the second one, I shall have been staying in Singapore next winter. Now look, this task is also, or this event is also unfinished or is not complete, but it will be completed in future time, that means next winter. So I shall have been staying in Singapore next winter. So in this situation we will use future perfect continuous tense. So dear students, all of you will go through the structures of the tense, that means present tense, past tense and future tense, and all of you will practice a lot. And there are 4 forms of each tense: indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. And we have classes on present tense and past tense. If you have any problem, you can watch those videos. And if you have any question, if you have any questions or if you have any problem, you can contact me or you can ask your question in your live class. So dear students, there is a homework for you. This is homework number 2. Make 2 sentences with each form of future tense. That means in total you will make 8 sentences. 2 sentences with future indefinite, then 2 sentences, you will make 2 sentences by future continuous, then 2 sentences of future perfect tense and 2 sentences of future perfect continuous tense. So dear students, there will be 8 sentences and all of you will try to make the sentences by yourself. I discourage you to copy those examples. You will make your own sentences as example. Okay dear students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood about today's topic. Dear students, all of you will submit your homework on every Sunday from 9 am to 3 pm. And it's very important because you will be given marks in your HW copies, and all of you will submit your homework regularly and you will listen to your parents and all of you attend the live class. So see you again. Allah Hafiz.